so glad. Now we have people who are actually determined to learn today. So I'm thankful to all of you. Okay, coming back to what I was saying, the first step towards developing self-belief is understanding that no one is perfect on this earth. Everyone has shortcomings. You also have some shortcomings. So don't feel shy or don't feel let down or don't feel low just because you are handicapped on some front. This handicap could be a physical handicap in terms of your height, your beauty or perceived beauty, or handicap in terms of not being as intellectually profound as somebody else. Each individual is a special category on this earth. So you are a special person. Each one of you is a special person. So the first point is appreciating the fact that everyone has shortcomings, so that psychological complex that you have in terms of some inferiorities will go away. Because everyone has that. You may have some problem, the other will have other problems. It's nobody's case that nobody has a problem. There are problems. That is one. Number two, which derives from the first point that I was making, that the problem with us is we start comparing ourselves with others. Comparisons are odious. Why do we compare? Because each one is very different. Why should we compare? And it's not your problem. Actually, we create that problem in our schooling system here, where we start competing with others. We are comparing and competing with others without realizing that each individual is unique in his or her own way. We don't realize that, and hence we start competing. And competing gives us a complex that someone is superior, the other is inferior. There is no superior or inferior here. As I said earlier, everyone is unique. You are unique. Maitri, Samla, you are unique. Chinmay, you are unique. Brahman, you are unique. Everyone is unique. So you don't have to compare yourself with others. You know, there's a practical advantage in it. If you compete with somebody, the other person will not teach you or help you evolve as a better person. He's competing with you, you are competing with him. So as we say, he'll hide his copy, not show you anything. He'll not be. If you want to learn from somebody, you can't compete with him. And this brings me to the third point. I'll keep linking each point. There is so much to learn from others. Now, if I'm jealous of somebody, if I'm competing with somebody, do you think you will learn from him? So if you want to develop self-confidence, you must keep learning. You know, at this age, and having retired for more than 3.5 years now, I'm still learning. Every moment is a moment of learning. So if you want to develop self-confidence, you must understand that knowledge or wisdom is something which you don't get at a point in time. You keep acquiring it as you go along. So this humility of yours in your understanding that you can learn from others will help you evolve as a self-confident person. So there's nothing wrong in feeling humble. There is nothing wrong in feeling that somebody else knows something which you don't know. Because he would not know something which you know. So it's a question of learning from each other. So what have I said so far? First, you must believe that almost everyone has some shortcoming. So never feel a complex about your shortcoming. Whether it's physical, emotional, intellectual, never. That will give you self-belief. Because everyone has some shortcoming. Number two, you should try and learn from others. Never compete with others, but learn from others. Competition will prevent you from learning from others. Okay? Now, the next point that I'm coming, now I'm going to a different level altogether. How do I develop my own personality to have self-belief in myself? Merely understanding the necessity of self-belief will not help. What will also help you is, how do I develop that self-belief? Apart from the psychological traits that I mentioned to you, there are many specific steps that you can develop to have that self-belief. One, we spend so much time on past. You know, these days there's all talk about changing history, what happened in history. We love to live in our past. But anyone who's listening to me just now, and by nod of your head or whatever you have to say, anyone who's listening to me just now, can you change the past? Any one of you? Yes or no? Just nod your head. Nod your head or say no. Can you change anyone can change your past? I see
yes.
Saujanya. uh, saying no, but I don't see others. Am I making sense to you? Can you change your past, Chinmay? Can you change your past?
No, sir.
No.
You don't have to open your mic. You keep your mics on mute. You can nod or say no when I ask a question, because I don't know whether I'm able to reach out to you. Now, at least Chinmay and Saujanya clearly said that they can't change the past. I'm assuming the rest of you also can't change the past. Or can you? If you can't change your past, why waste time on living in the past? Think over it. How much time do you waste on living in the past? You spend so much time brooding over if that had happened. Can you nod your head and tell me, do you all understand Hindi a bit? Yes or no? You don't? Yes. You know, I was looking at Rachna Jha, and when she said this, I thought she's saying no, but actually she meant yes. She meant yes. Okay. And this reminds me of a very interesting event. I am digressing a bit. Before I joined the IS, I was in the police service, and I was undergoing training at the National Police Academy at Hyderabad. It was my first visit to Hyderabad. So on a Sunday, we used to, and this was in some Palli. I forget, it is Nampalli or some Palli. In Hyderabad, everything is Palli, no? So I was at Hyderabad Police Academy. And on that Sunday, we wanted to go to the city. At that time, the academy was very far away from the city. So I wanted to board a bus. So I came out, and I was told that where I have to go is the name place is called Nampalli. Is there some place Nampalli in Hyderabad? Are you from Hyderabad? No. None of you from Hyderabad.
Yes, sir. We are
Okay.
from Hyderabad, sir.
Okay, you are from Hyderabad, so you would know it. So there is some place called Nampalli?
Yes, sir. It's there,
No.
sir. It's there, sir. Nampalli.
Okay, so I was told that you have to go to Nampalli, and when the bus arrives, you ask the conductor whether this bus goes to Nampalli. So I stood there, and one bus came, and I asked, Nampalli? So he said, so I thought he's saying no. So I didn't climb the bus. Next bus came. Then I asked, Nampalli? He said. I thought again he's saying no. I didn't climb the bus. Then another gentleman came. And third time when I asked Nampalli, again the conductor said yes. So that guy pushed me into the bus, said, going to Nampalli, going to Nampalli. Then I realized in Hyderabad, this is yes, and this is no. Very subtle difference. So sometimes you get confused. So coming back to what I was saying. So don't brood over the past. Don't waste your time in the past. Because it is pure waste of time. And look, if you reflect on what you do, you spend so much time on the past. So much time on the past. So live in the present. Why? Because it is only the present over which you have control. Nothing else. Absolutely nothing. And what you build at this point in time will be the building blocks for the future. This is what is called the karma. You are suffering what you have done as a consequence of what you've done in the past. But you can't change the past. If you've done something wrong, you'll suffer. You'll have to suffer. So that is one, that don't unnecessarily waste your time in brooding over the past. Focus on the present. Second, the only control you have is over own karma. That's why it said karmanyavadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Why? Because you have absolutely no control over results. Absolutely. I discovered it throughout my career. No control over my results. And I remember I was a student in the university, and to begin with, I had in my class 12, I had physics, chemistry, and maths. I was a science student. So when you are a science student, as most of you would be, you don't spend so much time on communication skills, on language, on humanities. So from science, I switched over to arts. I did my BA. Now in BA, you have to improve your language and communication skills. And I had very poor skills because I could barely speak 2-3 sentences fluently, barely write. I'm telling you all this is, at this stage also you can improve your communication skills as I did. I was doing a Bachelor of Arts and I had very poor communication skills. Now I can speak fluently in English and Hindi. It didn't happen overnight. There is a drill that you have to go through. So I tried to become a debater, and I became a reasonably good debater through practice. There is a full-fledged drill for it. Through practice, I did become a reasonably good debater, and I was representing my university. So I had gone for a national festival for debating, and one day, and this was in IIT Kanpur, I was studying in Allahabad University, and one day before the debating competition, there was a music competition. So as many of us think that we are good singers, I also thought I was a good singer. How many of you sing? Raise your hands. None of you sing. How is it possible? Good, I am so glad. Maitri Samla says she sings. Nobody else sings. At least in the bathroom, you must be singing, some of you know. No, I can't believe. Okay, Chari sings. So we are not going to have a music session, but I thought that I was a good music. I was good at music. So I participated in the music competition one day before, the debating competition. And within 15 seconds, I was booed out of the hall. Booed out because I had picked up the wrong note. I was booed out. I was shattered after that. Totally shattered. Next day was my debating competition. I had decided I will not participate in the debating. All of us have this shattering experience. That's why I'm mentioning it here. I had many shattering experiences in my life. If some of you have time, read my book, Ethical Dilemmas of a Civil Servant, which Chari had mentioned. If you read that book, you'll understand that it has not all been success through my career. There have been many failures. The question is whether we start learning from our failures. As I said, there is nobody on this earth who has not committed a mistake. There's nobody on this earth who's not had failures. I have had many failures. But successful are people, self-confidence you will develop if you realize the essentiality of failure, and if you start learning from your failures and mistakes. So on that day, I was totally shattered. But a senior from the university, he gave me a pep talk. He said, what is gone is dead and gone. Can you change what happened yesterday, where you were booed out? Can you change it? You were booed out, so be it. Next time, when you prepare well and then come for the music competition, this time you're not prepared well, and that's why you were booed out. You picked up the wrong note. Now you have your debating competition tomorrow, and if you remain in that psychology of having felt let down or having, a low psychology, you will not be able to do well in your debates also. So I heard him out, and then that pep talk helped. Next day, when the debating competition, my name was announced. As soon as it was announced, everyone started shouting because the audience was the same. Gayak aa gaya, singer has come, because they remembered the fiasco of the previous day. But, by which time I had overcome my demons, and I went and spoke. And on that day, I won the first prize in the national debating competition, and thereafter I have not looked back. And why I say that? Because now you give me any audience, and I go to talk to audience all over the world, not only here, Washington, Germany, England, all over the world. And I don't say no to anybody if I have time. Chari asks me time, I give him time. Anyone who asks me time, if I have time, I'll give it. That's why I feel sad. I have been requesting so many people to open your videos, but they don't do it, which is very surprising. Elsewhere, when I request them, they do open their videos. But I'm glad many of you have indeed opened your videos. So the point that I'm trying to make here is that each one of you will have occasions where you will feel let down, or you will feel down. You will feel that you failed. That is the moment that you should start learning. You must analyze, why did you fail? The past and mistakes are something which you should analyze for the purpose of learning and not committing the same mistake all over again. The next point that I'd like to make to you is that we spend so much time over issues over which we have no control whatsoever. No? Why did Dhoni hit the shot and India lost that match? Why did this happen? I've seen people fight over it, over issues over which they have no control. I remember I had just joined the service and I got married. And I used to get very agitated at traffic jams. Now, Hyderabad also you have traffic jams, no? Do some of you get agitated when there is a traffic jam? Very agitated. What's going on? Why don't they do something about the traffic? Okay, we get very agitated, but what can we do? So one day I was traveling in a car and my wife was with me and there was a traffic jam and I was very agitated. Why is it this? Why is this? So my wife asked me a very simple question. She asked me, can you do something about it? The traffic jam. I said, what can I do about the traffic jam? Then she said, why is your blood boiling then? If you can't do anything about it, then there's no point in getting hassled over it. Now, my young friends and not so young friends, think over it. How much time do you spend over issues over which you have absolutely no control? I used to spend a lot of time. I still do, but that time has come down. It's very difficult humanly not to think of issues which are beyond your control. But if you can cut that down, if you bring it down, then you'll be able to focus that. Because, in a day, the time is limited. There's so much to do, no? Apart from looking at your telephone. These days, social media consumes a lot of your time. But still, you are short of time. No, how do you spend your time is very, very important for developing self-confidence. I remember, as I said, I was in the police. And I remember one of my batchmates in the police also. He retired very recently as DGP. He walked up to me one day and he made a very interesting statement. He said, boss, I'm unable to sleep during the night. Raat ko neend nahi aa rahi. I said, what happened? He said, petroleum ke daam bahut bad rahe hain. And nowadays also petroleum prices are going up. So I said, that's fine. Petroleum prices are going up. It's a matter of concern. But why are you unable to sleep during the night? Will your not sleeping in the night bring the petroleum prices down? Now, this is the question that you should ask yourself. He said, no, but it's a crisis. I said, it's nice to discuss crisis. Let's do something about it. But not sleeping during the night on issues over which you have no control will not serve any problem. Yes, if you have issues over control, not sleeping in the night shows your concern for that. But if you can't do anything about it, why spend sleepless nights? He said, yes, you are right. He went up. Then he comes back to me after 3 months and he says, boss, I'm unable to sleep. I said, what's the problem now? The petroleum prices have come down without your intervention. So he says, no, boss, India's population is going up. So I said, why are you bothered? You sleep in the night, the population will come down. So the point that I'm trying to make here is, you think over it. How much time do you spend over issues over which you have absolutely no control? So my friends, if you want to develop self-confidence, take note of these points that I'm trying to make here. I can keep speaking, but as I have not been keeping well for the past few months and I'm recovering, it may be difficult for me to carry on talking. What I will now do is, I will stop here and I will seek your comments and questions if you have, and I'd like to respond to those questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your experiences regarding how to believe in ourselves. So I would like to request my friends and juniors who are there here, to unmute yourself and have an interaction with the sir. So if you have any questions related to believe in yourself or any other regarding the leadership talk, you can ask to sir. Yeah, Brahmam have raised the hand. Brahmam, if possible, you can unmute yourself. And
No, Brahman, I can't hear you. You are on mute.
hello, Brahmam. Is it audible to you? You can unmute yourself.
I don't think he has a question. He had raised his hand long ago.
Okay.
But he hasn't put it down. Does anybody else have a question or observation?
Yeah, sir. So, generally, it's a part. Yeah, okay. Shivasham, you can go ahead.
Yes, Shiv.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Shiv.
So thank you so much for taking out time for us and for this important, valuable education. And sir, the points you mentioned and were very useful. And the most importantly, third point, it is a waste of time to think over those things that we can't control over. So that was very useful. And today morning I was at LinkedIn and was seeing that you have posted a question over there that which of the components of social media or news or TV is more important for us, because this question belongs to this point that those four all are the news channels. I mean sources of news. So we go over there and invest our time over there, and we have different aspects about them. So, what is your concern about over that question? How should I
Okay,
invest our time over there?
द्विवेदी जी, आप कहाँ से हैं? पहले तो बताइए, कहाँ से, किस जिले से?
सर, सर प्रयागराज,
किस जिले से हैं आप?
इलाहाबाद, प्रयागराज, इलाहाबाद सर।
कहाँ से? इलाहाबाद से?
प्रयागराज।
बहुत बढ़िया, मेरी शिक्षा इलाहाबाद में हुई है। सो आप तो, हमारे टाइम पे इलाहाबाद कहलाता था, प्रयागराज आपने नाम रख दिया उसका। हमारे दिमाग में भी इलाहाबाद यूनिवर्सिटी रहता है। So you've asked me the question on my views on the question that I've asked. As far as I'm concerned, I had stopped watching television news, I think 4 years ago. I don't watch any news on television. Secondly, I don't read any newspaper. I would not suggest this to all of you. At your age, I used to read newspaper. In fact, I used to chew it. I will understand it. I used to spend a lot of time on newspapers. Also do. I don't read newspapers now. All my news gathering is through social media. The reason why I go to social media, that you can get all sorts of view on social media. It's an open platform. So far, at least, social media has not been sold out to any business house, as some of the newspaper and TV channels have been. So I pick my own social media platforms and I gather news from there. I don't expect too much credibility out of social media also. The reason why I go to social media is that there are variety of options that are available. Unlike some of the newspapers and news channels which have been totally sold out. You can make out this channel belongs to this party, this channel belongs to this party. So I go to social media, and since post-retirement I have reasonable amount of time. In fact, even before retirement, I had all the time in the world. I was probably the only Secretary Government of India who left the office at 6 o'clock. And that's another manner in which you can actually develop self-confidence by disciplining yourself, by organizing yourself, by trusting people, by delegating your work. By doing that, you will have a lot of free time to do what you have to do, especially if you are in a leadership position. Sometimes when you are not in a leadership position, then of course you will have to do a lot of work yourself. But in your leadership position, you can find people to work for you. So coming back to your question, as I said, I don't read newspapers. I don't watch television news. I watch social media, not because of its credibility, but because of the openness of the platform. That's why I prefer that.
Okay, sir. So there is one more reason to connect this your post to this topic, because the webinar is based on the topic believe in yourself. As you said before that faces are the only the appearances which make first appearance to the person in front of us. But the main thing which makes us believe in ourselves is that what we think that we manifest in our presentation or in our expressions. So looking on those social media and on the news, everything, we should have our own aspect overall at the end. And that's the thing which makes us so that's why I asked this question to you, that how should we should process ourselves over those things.
See,
so thank you so much, sir.
Divedi, what you should do is, you should allow all views and opinions to come to you. At your age, at my age also, don't close your mind. Keep your mind open. The problem that I see with some of the youngsters is that they have already come to conclusion. They have already decided it's the right path. I mean, at my age, I still don't know which is the right path. But sometimes I find youngsters, they believe that this is the right path. So I keep telling them there's no harm in having a point of view. You must have a point of view. Every person who has a mind will have a point of view. But keep your mind open. Don't close your mind. At least at your age, you should have an open mind. Unfortunately, these days, we are driven to believe that only one path is the correct path, which is the most unfortunate thing. That's not the way. That's not the way our culture is. Our culture and democracy, I think, thrived on multitude of thoughts. And then choosing what you want to follow. You can't have a prefixed idea about what needs to be done, what should be done, what should be the ideology, and follow that. Instead of that, listen to everyone. Keep your mind open. And no ideology is frozen for all time. Let me give you an example. in 1930s and early 1940s in Germany, a particular ideology was the prevalent ideology. Almost every German believed that Nazis was the right way. Jingo is super nationalism. Every individual was subserving the national interest, and it led to fiasco. Sometimes we start believing that a particular fixed ideology is the way forward. To my mind, at your age, that should not be the case. And that's why I would like to understand and believe that you must keep your mind open so that all ideas come to you. Ultimately, you can decide what you want to follow. But don't start with a frozen idea, the right path. This is the only right path. Okay?
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
There is a question here by Rachna. Rachna Jha, are you there? Rachna, I can't see you. You've posted a question here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I can see you now. Okay, can you speak out your question, because I can read it though. But for everyone's benefit, please read out your question. Unmute yourself, Rachna, and ask your question.
1 minute, sir.
Okay, what you say here is, in order to save time, what should be when we are totally deserving for anything or at any moment we have worked hard for, even though we don't get it? Okay, Rachna, I think I tried to address that question. Let me explain this to you again. Number one, as I said, the results are not in your hand. So what you should get should not be decided by you. How can it be decided by you? You can only decide what you can do. The rewards cannot be decided by you. Let me give you an example from my personal life. Let me explain this to you.
Okay, sir.
When I was a child, till class 7, I did not win a single cup or a single medal or a single certificate, nothing. And I was trying very hard. I was raising these questions that you've raised just now. That why am I not getting it? I'm deserving. My mother used to tell me, and I didn't understand at that point in time. Now I understand it. She said, your control is only over your karma. Rewards are not in your control at all. Hence, if you start enjoying the karma itself, if you start enjoying the moments themselves, results may or may not come. If they come, that's an icing on the cake. If you change your mentality not to achieving results, but to enjoying the moments, I can assure you, you will achieve results. I did that. I must have won everything that an officer would want to win. Everything. But not for a long time. It was only when I started realizing that I should focus totally on my effort. When you get digressed to something else, the rewards, your effort gets impacted. Yes, the target has to be in your mind, but you should not be obsessed with it. Your obsession should be with your present, with your work. So if you start working hard and learning from others as to how are they winning their awards, you'll probably win many more awards. You will get your reward. And let me tell you, as I said earlier, not everyone gets awards for everything that he does. I mean, if I look back, I would find many occasions where I thought I deserved it, I didn't get it. So be it, that's how life is. Tell me one person who gets all the rewards that he wanted to. No, it doesn't work that way. So don't worry too much. I can't tell you not to bother about awards. Everyone wants results. But don't get obsessed with it. Don't get upset with it. Think over it that you have no control over the results. You have control over your moments. You have control over what you're doing. And let me assure you, if you do that, you start winning awards. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Any other question?
So still anyone are there to ask the questions to sir? Okay.
See,
so, there is, okay.
Since Sari had mentioned about the book, I don't know whether you all have time or sufficient time or not. If you do find time, read my second book, Ethical Dilemmas of a Civil Servant. It will help you evolve as an individual. The book concludes with the following couplet. खुदी को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से खुद पूछे बता तेरी रजा क्या है. As I said, you have to evolve as an individual to be reckoned with. And this is no gyan. I'm not giving you any gyan. I'm telling you from personal experience. Within your own group, you'll find some persons who are the reference points, who you go to when you have problem. Why? He also works in the same set of circumstances. But he has evolved as an individual to be reckoned with. In my 38 years of career as a civil servant, I never went to a politician for any favor. None whatsoever. I was there for 38 years. And yet I got the finest of posting that a civil servant would get. I never ever went to anybody. I considered it below my dignity, considered it demeaning to go and request a politician for something else. I never did it. But many civil servants you'll find blaming the politician for everything. I never blame politicians for anything. Because you define your area of operation and start working in that area. So for example, I had been requesting time and again, many of you to open your videos. Some did and some didn't. Now that's their choice. That's the choice that there are choices that you've got to make. So for example, if this webinar was to start at 10 o'clock and some of you didn't turn up at 10 o'clock, whose choice was it? The webinar, Mr. Chari, had started at 10, but we had to wait for some time for others to join. It's a question of habit. It's a question of discipline. If you want to evolve as an individual, to be reckoned with, you have to be disciplined. If you're not disciplined, you'll never be a person to be reckoned with. And one of the aspects of discipline is to be punctual. Now, if you don't adhere to requests or directives made by somebody else, how do you expect others to adhere to your directives? So Mr. Shetty, Harshita, or Maitri Samala, or Rajesh Yadav, or Shivranjan Jani, or Shivani Bolepelli, they are all there. They didn't open their videos even when I requested, no? Now they have some of them. Now, if they at some point in time to talk to somebody and ask them to open the videos, do they have moral authority to ask somebody else to open the videos? No. So how do you have self-belief in yourself? Self-belief comes in disciplining yourself. If you don't discipline yourself, self-belief will never come to you. Never. I'm sure they must have had reasons not opening the videos. But if you don't adhere to the request made to you, how do you expect others to adhere to requests made by you? Will they? Ethically, you have no moral authority to ask them to do that. Okay, any other question or else we'll conclude? Right, Mr. Chari? I think there are no questions, so we can
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, like one question from my end, sir. So as a leader, when we approach various people, like when we are in a particular position, for example, a politician or someone, sir, like if any organization who is doing something wrong, if they come us to collaborate with us in order to do something, how can we say no to them, sir, as a leader in any particulars? If we are not interested, yes, sir.
It depends on the position that you are in. Now, you have to look at the consequences of saying no. And you have to weigh those consequences and then come to a conclusion. The consequence could be that the minister may speak against you or the politician may speak against you. He may raise issues against you. If you are prepared to face those, say no. Say a polite no. Never ever raise your voice. You know, a person who's secure will never raise his voice. A polite no, tell about your limitations. Find a reason and tell no. If you know that person is asking you to do something wrong. I have no such experience as you are mentioning. In my career, there were many cases, at least in the beginning of my career, where politicians did ask me to do wrong things. And I said a polite no. Over a period of time, I developed a reputation where the politicians knew that he will not do a wrong thing. It didn't harm me. No one harmed me for that. Because, you know, politicians also want good and efficient officers to deliver something on the ground. Now, you can't be good to some and bad to somebody else. That's a problem. You know, sometimes we play this double role. We say that we'll say yes to this guy and not. Then there is a problem. You have to be consistently right or consistently wrong. You can't mix the two. If you mix it, then you will be in trouble. If you are consistently right in the beginning, you'll have a problem. You know, look at private businesses. Let me give you examples. It's very difficult to get Tatas to do a wrong thing. No matter what political pressure. I can give you some example.
Yes.
Tatas will never do wrong. But the other business houses will do anything. Tatas are thriving. TCS is one of the finest organizations in the country. They are also thriving. It's not that they are not thriving. Sometimes people say that if you're honest, you will run into problems. No, you will run into problems only in the beginning till you make a name for yourself. Till such time. Once you make a name for yourself, then people will not come and ask you wrong things. You would know in your career or life that there are some people you can't go and talk nonsense to them. Why? Because they have developed that aura around them that no one can speak wrong to them. That's the aura that you will try and develop, which you should try and develop. There is a question here. I want to become an IAS officer. Maitri Samla, where are you?
Yes, sir, I'm
Yes.
here. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. You want to become an IAS officer?
Yes, sir.
So you will have to, it's a very difficult competition, but you can make it. You'll have to work hard, get in touch with somebody who appeared recently. I appeared more than 40 years ago, so I can't be much of a guide. But you'll have to improve your communication skills, both spoken and written. That's a must for becoming an IAS officer, both spoken and written. So you will have to do that. There is a drill. I don't want to waste everyone else's time on how to improve your communication skills. It can be done. Okay?
Okay, sir, thank you.
So, yes.
Right, Chari, I think.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. So thank you so much, sir, for taking out time from your valuable schedule and coming over here and delivering session to the students. So we have learned various topics on unless we believe ourselves, how can we make believe on others? We are born with self-belief. Appreciate the fact everyone is unique and we should learn from the others. Keep learning to improve self-confidence. If we can't change the past, what is to serve to live in the past? So live in the present. So these are the various things we have learned from your expertise talk, sir. So thank you so much on the behalf of Pharma Social Hands Together for coming forward to deliver session for us in spite of your health issue and time being. So thank you so much, sir. It's
Thank you.
our
God bless
pleasure to
you.
meet you, sir. Thank you, sir.
God bless you. Take care, all of you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Lastly, I would like to say that thank you so much, because it's a great feeling to talk to you, because you lived a life who many of us dream. You lived a life of an IAS officer, which is a dream of many of us. So it was very nice, very great feeling to talk to you, sir. Thanks a lot again, sir.
Yeah, Shivsham, thanks for your words. So definitely, sir will be. I'll convey words what you have mentioned in the earlier, because sir have left. So thank you, Shivsham, for taking our time and coming over here and being active. And thanks to each and every person of ZPH students of Raganaguda, Manchal, and Sangareddy district, and all the students of and the members of Pharma Social Hands Together for coming over here and owning your cameras and respecting towards speakers' words. So thank you so much. Let's meet in our next session. So thank you. Take care. Bye. And if anyone is want to speak, you can speak. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Just I have to know about your contact number. That tomorrow I will go to my daughter's hostel, so we will talk.
Sure, sir. Like you are can I know, sir, how you have been got the contact of this session link, so that I can say.
This is a postal session from Sangareddy division. My daughter is studying at Sangareddy district.
Okay, sir. So definitely, sir,
Now
my contact number. Yeah.
Okay. No, sir. Tell me what is.
Yeah, my number is 93. I'll be posting in this chat box, sir, so that it will be easy for you. I think most of the students from Sangareddy are there. Can I know your student name, sir? So if she or he might be in the group. Yes,
no, she's my daughter, Sriram Manirekha.
Okay.
Sriram Manirekha.
Okay. And my name is Sainath,
she's
sir.
in by the second year. Sainath. Okay. Sign. Okay, sir. Tomorrow she will talk with you for a few seconds.
Sir, I have shared my contact.
Let's know about. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And in so far we have organized 14 sessions, sir, which is being there in YouTube also. So if she want to see those sessions, she just go into the YouTube and search Pharmasosha Hands Together. In the playlist you will be finding Connect with ZPHS students. So there various 13 different speakers have spoken on different topics, so that might help her. And in upcoming days also we will be having various sessions on importance of NCC discipline, and so far there are different topics are there which already been prescribed, so you can watch over there. And still if you have any queries, you can feel free to contact me, sir.
Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking out time and coming over here.
See you then, sir.
See you, sir. Thank you. And Chinmay, మీరు సెషన్ విన్నారా? లైక్ యూజ్ అనిపించిందా? యూజ్ ఏంది ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ సంథింగ్ యూ కెన్ షేర్. మైక్ అన్మ్యూట్ చేసి చెప్పండి.
యూస్ఫుల్.
ఓకే, సో నెక్స్ట్ తను వెళ్ళిపోయారు. ఓకే, నో ప్రాబ్లం. మైత్రి ఈజ్ ఆల్సో. మైత్రి
అన్నయ్య,
సెషన్ బాగా అనిపించిందా మీకు?
మంచిగా అనిపించింది.
సో నెక్స్ట్ ఎన్సిసి గురించి ఉంటుంది, మీరు అడిగారు కదా. సో మోస్ట్ ప్రాబబ్లీ నవంబర్ లాస్ట్ సండే ఎన్సిసి డే, నేషనల్ ఎన్సిసి డే. సో ఆ రోజు అయినా సరే లేదా 21st రోజు అయినా సరే, ఈ 2 days లో ఏదో ఒక రోజు ఎన్సిసి గురించి ఉంటుంది. సో మీ లైక్లీ ఫ్రెండ్స్ అంటే ఎవరైతే ఎన్సిసి గురించి తెలుసుకోవాలనుకుంటున్నారో ఒకసారి ముందే ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేయండి. అంటే లైక్ ఈ రోజు అయినట్టు అవ్వకూడదు, ఎందుకంటే మనకు చాలా మంది రాలేరు కదా కరెక్ట్ టైంకి, అండ్ కొంతమంది కెమెరాస్ ఆన్ చేయరు. సో మీరు ముందే ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేసి పెట్టండి ఎవరికైతే ఎన్సిసి గురించి ఉంది, ఎవరికైతే పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంది ఎన్సిసి జాయిన్ అవ్వడం. సో ఒక 2 speakers ని అడిగాము. సో వాళ్ళిద్దరిలో ఎవరైనా ఒకరు మనకి సెషన్ ఇస్తారు. ఓకేనా? అండ్ డీటెయిల్స్ మీకు గ్రూప్ లో షేర్ చేస్తాను. అండ్ షెల్ వి వైండ్ అప్ ద సెషన్, మీటింగ్? స్టిల్ ఎనీవన్ ఈస్, ఎవరైనా మాట్లాడతారా? అండ్ బ్రహ్మం గారు, థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ ఫర్ కమింగ్ ఓవర్ హియర్. మీ మైక్ అన్మ్యూట్ ఉంది, మీరు అన్మ్యూట్ చేసి చెప్పాలంటే చెప్పవచ్చు.
హలో సార్.
యా బ్రహ్మం గారు, థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ ఫర్ కమింగ్ ఫార్వర్డ్. మీరు ఐ థింక్ దిస్ ఇస్ ద సెకండ్ ఆర్ థర్డ్ సెషన్ కదా?
హలో బ్రదర్.
బ్రదర్, ఇది మీది సెకండ్ ఆర్ థర్డ్ సెషన్ కదా మీరు జాయిన్ అవ్వడం?
బ్రదర్.
ఓకే, అవినాష్ మీకు కాంటాక్ట్ ఇచ్చింది?
లేదు సార్, వెంకట్ సార్.
వెంకట్, ఓకే, సారీ వెంకట్. ఓకే, చెప్పండి
బ్రదర్. ఎక్కడ బ్రదర్ ఇది?
ఇది మాది ఫార్మాసోషా హ్యాండ్స్ టుగెదర్ అనేది ఒక ఎన్జిఓ, హైదరాబాద్ బేస్డ్, రిజిస్టర్డ్ ఇన్ తెలంగాణ గవర్నమెంట్. సో మేము అనేది చాలా వేరియస్ ఆబ్జెక్టివ్స్ మీద వర్క్ చేస్తున్నాము. అందులో ఒక ఆబ్జెక్టివ్ వచ్చేసి కనెక్ట్ విత్ ZPHS స్టూడెంట్స్. సో దీని ద్వారా ఏంటంటే స్పీకర్స్ అంటే ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్డ్ ఉన్న పీపుల్ ని గవర్నమెంట్ స్కూల్ స్టూడెంట్స్ అండ్ రూరల్ స్టూడెంట్స్ కి ఇంటరాక్ట్ ఇవ్వడం వల్ల, అంటే ఆ ఇంటరాక్షన్ ద్వారా వాళ్ళు ఆస్పైర్ టు ఇన్స్పైర్ అవుతారని ఈ యొక్క చిన్న లైన్ తో స్టార్ట్ చేయడం జరిగింది లాక్డౌన్ లో.
బ్రదర్, బట్ చాలా మందికి సివిల్ సర్వెంట్ అవ్వాలని కోరుకుంటుంది, బట్ స్టడీ మొత్తం దాన్ని తెలుగు మీడియం వేసిరు. బట్ సార్ స్టడీ తెలుగు మీడియం సార్.
ఓకే, చెప్పండి.
చాలా మంది స్టూడెంట్స్, బట్ తెలుగు మీడియం స్టూడెంట్ సార్, బట్ అచీవ్ దట్ IAS ఆఫీసర్. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ ప్రాసెస్?
ఓకే, అంటే మీరు ఏమంటున్నారంటే ఒక తెలుగు మీడియం ఉన్న అతను IAS అవ్వాలంటే ఎలా అంటున్నారా? ఓకే, ఏముంది అంటే లైక్ నాకు తెలియదు, ఎందుకంటే నేను ఆ ఫీల్డ్ కాదు కాబట్టి, నేను ఫార్మసీ స్టూడెంట్. సో బట్ మీరు అడిగారు కాబట్టి జనరల్ అవేర్నెస్ గా నేను ఏం చెప్తానంటే, మన సార్ ఇప్పుడు మనం అన్నాం కదా, బిలీవ్ ఇన్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్. సో మనతోటి మనం బిలీవ్ అవుతే ఒకవేళ ఇంగ్లీష్ నేర్చుకోవాలనుకుంటే నేర్చుకోవచ్చు. లేదు తెలుగు అంటే లైక్ తెలుగులోనే మనం పట్టు సాధించి ఆ యొక్క ఎగ్జామినేషన్ ఇవ్వచ్చు అని నాకు తెలుసు. నాకున్న సోర్సెస్ ప్రకారం మన మదర్ టంగ్ లో కూడా ఎగ్జామినేషన్ ఇవ్వచ్చు అని తెలుసు నాకు. సో మనం ఐదర్ తెలుగుతో పాటు ఇటు ఇంగ్లీష్ నేర్చుకోవడం కూడా బెస్ట్ ఆప్షన్. అంటే కంప్లీట్ తెలుగు మీద డిపెండ్ అవ్వకుండా కొంచెం స్పోకెన్ ఇంగ్లీష్ కానీ బేసిక్స్ కానీ ఇది ఇంగ్లీష్ నేర్చుకుంటే ఆ యొక్క ఎగ్జామినేషన్ ప్రాసెస్ లో ఎక్కడైనా మనకు ఉపయోగపడవచ్చు.
సివిల్ సర్వీస్ సంబంధించిన ఒకటే విషయం లేకపోతే గ్రూప్స్ అన్ని విషయాల గురించి సార్ మాట్లాడేది?
ఏది ఇది అన్నిటి గురించి, ఓన్లీ సివిల్ అట్లా అనేది కాదు. ఒక ఇండివిజువల్ ఎలా డెవలప్ అవ్వాలి అనేసి దాని గురించి, సొసైటీలో ఎలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ రెస్పాన్సిబుల్ పొజిషన్ తీసుకోవాలి దాని గురించి.
Yes.
అంటే గవర్నమెంట్ స్టూడెంట్స్ ఇది ఇక్కడ అంటే కొన్ని స్కూల్స్ వాళ్ళకి అన్ని అవైలబుల్ చేస్తారు, అంటే సోర్సెస్. బట్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద టైమ్ అందరికి అన్ని అవైలబుల్ ఉండలేవు కదా. కొంతమందికి చదువు చెప్పడం అంటే చదువు చెప్పలేరు కూడా కొన్ని స్కూల్స్ లో. లిటరల్లీ మనం చూస్తాం కదా కొన్ని స్కూల్స్ లో
విద్యా విధానం సరిగా లేదు సార్. హలో
హలో. సో పవర్ షార్టేజ్ అయింది. సో ఫైన్ దెన్, మనం నెక్స్ట్ మీటింగ్ లో కలుద్దాం. అండ్ థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ రాజలక్ష్మి మ్యామ్ ఫర్ కమింగ్ ఫార్వర్డ్. సెషన్ జాయిన్ అయినందుకు థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. అండ్ రచన, మైత్రి, చిన్మయ్ అండ్ శివశ్యామ్, బ్రహ్మం గారు. సో థ్యాంక్ యూ. చెప్పింది అర్థమైంది కదా బ్రహ్మం గారు మీకు? సో జనరల్లీ స్టూడెంట్స్ కి అవేర్నెస్ కోసం ఈ సెషన్స్ పెడుతున్నాం. యా, ఓకే. మీకు ఏమైనా ఉపయోగపడతాయి అనుకుంటే మీరు కూడా జాయిన్ అవ్వండి, ఓకేనా?
థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ బ్రో.
ఇట్స్ మై ప్లెజర్. ఓకే, బాయ్, టేక్ కేర్.
ఓకే.